All right. Time for another mail day. Got me a nice couple of packages here. So cheers. First up, this comes from Blue Collar Industries. Not quite sure what I ordered. The only thing I know what I'm waiting on, besides all this that's still out, is my order from Profound Lore. And this is it. Okay, weird. Oh! Look, I knew I was going to stab myself eventually, but got 3 dissonant death metal albums. Of course, most important is Impetuous Ritual. In I can't fucking read the son of a bitch, is so goddamn. Whatever, it's the new one. Impetuous fucking barbaric blah 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 boobity doo. Absolutely love this band. Members of Portal, kind of sounds like Portal. I've based a couple of bands off this, or I won't say base, vast influence from my Q band, the QQGCGJVNHJ, I think it is. Convon. A lot of influence from that in here. I mean, Tactic Annihilation to a degree, but that still focuses more on Grave Upheaval, which is also, all the same guys. What's it? Ishimura, which I'm bringing that band back. I might have my friend do vocals, even though he hasn't been doing any lately. I gotta get in touch with him. Out of the Mouth of Graves, of course. Flittering to a degree, but I'm kind of moving away from that and flittering because I have all these other outlets to do. But I have not listened to this one album. I'm very much looking forward to doing so. Might inspire me to do the next Quavon. I'm going to say it like that because I think it sounds cooler. Next up is Spirit Possession of the Sign. I had heard a lot of good about this. I think I checked part of a song out when I was drunk one night. I was like, okay, yeah, that's cool and all. But I have not listened to it since then, or even checked it out again. I was like, since I'm getting the Impetuous Ritual, I'm going to pick up a few other things. So this came up. I was like, yeah, that sounds good enough. And this also has been recommended quite a bit. Tiff, Inverse Rapture. From what I understand, because I have not listened to this at all. It was a blind purchase. Just a lot of people were ranting and raving how great it was. It looked cool to me. I still like buying albums without sampling anything at all, just to try it out. And normally, I've been very pleased in that. So, very happy. This is what I was wondering if it was going to be coming in. I just thought it was going to come in saying Profound Lore, not Blue Collar Industries. This next one here, if you don't recognize from the packaging, because I've gotten quite a few from this, but this is from Cityman Productions, the latest in the Sega Drive series cassettes. Put that there. And this is Mall Corp. I don't really know actually which album this is because it's Mall Corp. Or Cat Corp, I mean. And it's Mall Soft. Excellent. I'm going to do this the smart way this time. Look at that tape. Excellent. I mean, this is one of the essential as far as, I mean, right up there next to Pall Mall to me. Even though I just look at it and I just appreciate the aesthetics of everything. I mean, gorgeous looking. This one actually has a little bit of, I love the fold out for it. I mean, excellent work. I always try to get as much cat corp as I can. I really just like his, love his mall soft stuff. You know, the other material that goes into virtual utopia and everything. Still very awesome, but this is the shit here. So this is the 7th one. Now I think this is the 2nd Cat Corp one I've gotten. Or 3rd. I'm not quite sure. He does work with that guy quite a bit. I know he's done an interview with him recently as well, a video blog or some shit. Now these two are from my cohort that I've done work with for so long. We pump out the jams. Mr. Nick Turner himself. These, I believe, are the... Oh, these are... I think this is a bunch of different shit, actually. I don't know if I want to go through this one. Huh. Okay. So... this out. These are 2 different things. Actually, I think the rest of that can go to my shed. But first up is the Sermon of Rot, Embodiment of Evil on cassette from Sewer Rot Records. I like that they used a lot of the artwork on the printed cassette. Very fucking thrilling. I mean, I forgot this actually came out on cassette, so that's awesome that I got some. Next up is Black Spells. This is a band that we did with Juan, who was in Ceremony. We put out some black metal material back in '93. One of the first black metal, U.S. black metal bands. Excellent job. I'm really happy with it. It's very minimalistic in the presentation. So I have some of these. I know I'm going to message Paul and let him know. Very second wave. A little bit of that Eastern Poverty riffing. I kept my drums far more like subdued and primal on here. But that was for the intent and purposes of... You gonna come down here? This is my boy. This is Marcus. He had a little bit of a stomach upset after he had the snip, but he's doing much better right now. And now this last package, also from Nick. So I thought this package was going to have all the black spells, so I'm not quite sure what this one contains. It's always fun. So what did you record recently? I don't know. Oh, Regress. Excellent. I think this is probably spot on I think we did a very excellent job on this. This is power violence to a T. Fucking very sludgy and good. 12 songs. I think it's 18 minutes long, and it doesn't even feel like 18 minutes. But this is all washed up. Nick did all the guitars, bass, and vocals on this, and he put his fucking, dropped some balls and fucking damn about passed out. So I'm very pleased with this. I can't wait for the next one. We'll probably record that. Keep it as consistent where it's, yes, next year around the same time, let's do this. Which I need to record some drums for Thieves Landing. And I need to get with him and ask him what I need to send him. Because I don't know if I sent him the last Thieves. I think I did. So, very awesome. Very cool. I guess everything else that's cut out. I just released I don't know if I talked about, all equipped with macro aggressions, purposely named and purposely doing so. It's going to be a full-length album, but what I'm doing is even shorter songs in less time. So I'm trying to do like 3-minute bursts, around 20 so songs, back to like autodidactic, because I kept on like expanding a little bit here, expanding a little bit there, a little bit more noise, and so songs were getting longer, where they're almost hitting 20 seconds, and each EP previously, which I don't mind them being around 5 to 9 minutes, which is I think the longest one I did. But these I want to keep all around 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and put them out even quicker, instead of just like where I did one a week, and then I kind of just like as I felt. This one that I'm doing, I've released the first 2 parts of it, which is part 1, part 2, macroaggressions. I'm going to record macroaggressions 3 sometime this week and release it. Probably do a 4th one, possibly a 5th one this week. I don't know. I have a 3-day weekend, and I plan on recording one while I am tracking for Psionic Madness. I already started the drumming for that. I kind of want to finish all that up before I move on to finishing up, or continuing on and finishing up, Out of the Mouth of Graves and Maggot Crown. Both of those have 2 songs each thus far, with Maggot Crown, those probably totaling 4 minutes, and the Out of the Mouth of Graves totaling around 10 minutes. Maybe a little excess though. Hey Ollie, son. Also released this weekend, the second Great Depression album, 33 songs, fucking bing bam boom. Very happy how it came out. Listened to it fully this morning because like I was more focused on getting everything completed before I even moved on and did anything else. Fucking top notch. Think it came out great. So if you really like Sidetracked, I'm going to go ahead and finish up the layouts for those 2. I got to finish up the layout for Big Strut. Malevolent Sound is putting that out, or Malevolent Studios. That's also going to be Nick's new sub or label that he's going to be releasing, like how he released Regress and Black Spells himself, and he's been doing that with Nothing Is Real, and select projects that didn't move on to a different label. We're going to do it all up underneath that. So that's 22 fucking releases that I've done thus far this year, which I was recounting back on a different post where someone's like, it's been 5 months into this year, what have all you've accomplished? And I even forgot about that, but I think so. Now at the very least 22 releases, between EPs, full lengths, between me releasing it, other labels releasing it, be it whatever material. I've written and recorded around 600 songs. I've rendered down videos for I think 400 and so of them, because I don't track all the drums on video, or they don't get recorded sometimes because battery died, not enough space. It's a mental thing where sometimes I actually have to turn the camera off, and then I can just do the song fine, because I guess I'm trying to do of a performance like I'm playing live or some shit, whatever. So, because like I tracked a Coast album earlier this year, I think around February, and that's being finished up. Don't know if anything else immediately is coming out. Thunderous, my boy overseas. Also, Paranoid Schizophrenic. Not sure when that CD's coming out. This is my boy Hansi. He also had his bits nipped, but he's been doing a good job. And I guess that's about it. I mean, I'm recording more grindcore. I'm gonna put out 1,000 Cuts EP this weekend. I've only gotten 2 tracks done, but I should get that finished up. Also, I started another project called Thumper, which is, I'm basically kind of doing a God Stomper drums and bass. I've already done a couple of drum and bass bands, but not quite where it's like a more groovy. I mean, I do that with Rope Man, but Chris just is slow with everything. And I think he's supposed to be finishing up stuff. Got a ton of Scourge Whip stuff sitting out there. I got a couple of 2 oral techniques albums written. I think I'm just going to combine them both, even though they are separate mindsets. And I think they sound slightly different, but I'm going to combine them. Tracking this other one that was going to be for a sludge noise rock, weird whatever the fuck. I think I'm going to just utilize it for that as well, even though it doesn't have the same bass line or bass presence. I don't know, I might change it up a little bit. I've been trying to keep that one a little bit separate. 3 guitars, 3 different techniques of how I'm playing guitar. All kind of shitty sounding because I use shitty trash guitars on purpose. Alright. I think that's long enough. Not that I was trying to make space. I was just trying to work it all up out of my head. Also going to be tracking the new Auralix with Pan. I think after I finish Psionic. That way, that's done. And the next Zykloph, I know he's going to prep 6, 7 songs. And then after those 2, and the others I've discussed, I'm going to go back to Vertebrae, Fetish Totem, and get that knocked out. Which also I need to work on Halo of Flies, or is it Circle of Flies? Halo of Flies, I think it is. Different band I did with the guitars of Rom, and he was in recovery period, and we did Confined Space, all that. So, blah blah blah. Cheers.